Hello and welcome to BC Mnemonics. I am coming to you from the Vatican Museum. Happened upon a couple of very interesting ancient sundials. Number one, we have the Hemis over here, supported by some lion's feet. As you can see here, there is a hole that survives, indicating the horizontally mounted gnomon where it would have been anchored, perhaps with some sort of L-shaped bracket coming up, out, point somewhere around there. It's a very interesting decoration on the sides here. I've seen, of course, pictures of hemicycli like these online, but never the sides. This is actually some very interesting ornamentation that I didn't know existed. I'd be curious to see if that's a common motif across other such dials. Come along with me over here past this very nice sarcophagus. We have a couple more dials actually. First one over here, yet another hemicyclia. This one is displayed sort of on its back. This edge would have been the top edge with the gnomon protruding out what would be in a horizontal position. This display position also somewhat obscures these interesting rosette, if you could call them that, ornamentation or designs. Very nice. Actually, realizing now there's a crescent moon as well down there at what would be the front of the dial. No side ornamentation on this one, however. Here we have another very nice polyhedral dial. This particular type appears in a couple different examples of Roman relief sculpture, often on the tops of columns. You can see it would have been visible and readable from a variety of vantage points, and depending on the time of day, you'd have some very interesting shadows on these curved surfaces. Nothing on the back, at least in terms of mnemonic design, just sort of a indentation there. But we have these three major dial faces, as you can see. Our penultimate dial here, another very nice example of a hemicyclium. This one actually looks to me a bit more conic than the last two. I'll have to maybe take a closer look later, but that's just my impression here. This one, again, you can see the remnants of the gnomon mounting. This one has, looking to see if there's any maybe residual iron in there, but I'm not seeing it, at least at first glance. Over here, actually, never mind, there's one more after this. This one is very interesting. I believe, to me at least at first glance, this looks like a roofed spherical dial, just the way reasonably certain that is what this would have been. You can see there would have been sort of an aperture up here for the sunlight to come in. Another surviving paw support there. Let's take a look at the back. Finally, one more over here. Very exciting, very complete little hemicyclium. And this one, the gnomon mounting hole is it's a little bit shallower, as you can see, and triangular, sort of hinting at the fact that a lot of these hemicyclium gnomons were triangular, sort of in profile. You'd have the tip protruding outward, but when viewed from the front, it's almost like a little V shape in terms of the iron actually used, with a wide base fitting in there, tapering out to a very thin notice point. You can also see there's this one is limited by the solstice line down here, although the stone does extend slightly beyond where that shadow tip would twice at the summer solstice. Okay. Take one last look at each of these, again, more or less limited by the summer solstice line. Another sort of spur of the moment video, but found it appropriate. I can't happen upon sundials in the Vatican Museum and not showcase them. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little spur of the moment video.